Chris Little was struck in a hail of bullets while sat in his £50,000 black Mercedes 500 SLE. Stopped at a set of traffic lights in Stockport Road outside the Jolly Sailor pub on a Friday night, Friday 22nd of July back in 1994 at roughly 11:20 p.m. His execution was witnessed by locals. At the time of his death, Chris had been stationary with a friend. The purpose of the trip was just to buy a bottle of wine. Now this was not some random incident. It had been carefully and meticulously planned. Chris Little, who was better known as the Devil Dog mobster, was a target. He had grown too big in Stockport. On paper, Chris Little was a self-employed builder and an ex-professional boxer and doorman. To give himself credibility in the eyes of the law, Chris was a good neighbour, a devout churchgoer who could recite chapter and verse, and also kept fit in his homemade gym. But this was all a guise, a front, nothing more than a sham. So, when a 6'2" tall gangster who had profited massively from the drug trade, taxing and waging incident after incident after incident against rivals, his M was no surprise, and it was brutal. The Stockport gangster had seen a stolen Ford Grenadier pull alongside him. A person in the front passenger seat had shifted in their seat, lifted the 12-bore sawn-off, propped it on the window ledge of an open window, and then aimed. He then pressed the trigger. Now Chris Little was twice in the head. Instant death. In the aftermath, the Mercedes 500 SLE launched forward and had ran for 125 yards, where it made contact with two other cars before then veering off into the wall of the Bowling Green pub. 4 other people were seriously injured in the incident. Now the Ford Grenadier was found burnt out completely just 30 minutes later in a car park located in Bredbury Hall, only 2 miles away from the crime scene. 3 GUNs, including the 12-bore, were found inside the car, and any traces of DNA had turned to ash and cinder. Despite witnesses, no one has been officially charged with the M of Chris Little. However, the motive was plain and simple. Chris Little was hell-bent on being the undisputed crime boss in Stockport, and he had used a plethora of methods in order to reach his goal. Therefore, he had to be stopped. One of the few people that had been arrested in connection with the M of Chris Little was Aaron Colan. However, in 1996, he was cleared of the M. Stay safe.